Here you go.
All right.
Top speed. Table set before me, so plus the other side can't ignore me. They just wanna join, say argue and change up. Maybe you should flip a coin. They got the trophy waiting for me where I'm going. Put that banner up. The skills here are so intact. I travel to the future when I step back. Hang time like the dock and you might be stacked. But to stop what we got, man, you might need Shaq. They think our confidence is arrogance, but that's just fact. Destiny yelling how we look if we don't scream back. We are cream of the crop, the top tier. That's why they beating on the drums, cause the champs in here. Yeah. Oh, just look at this beat. You were never getting on our level. We go here, we would never settle. So we raise high here, we call it heavy metal. Give it no breaks, feet on the pedal, top speed. Up for any challenge you bring. See the results of the last group that challenged the team. Efficiency is high when you challenge the ring. Matter of fact, hold this L and clean. You deserve it. We don't just dominate, we serving. No guesswork here, we certain. You see the wins and start flirting. We put a ring on it, where's the curtains? Ready. They got me saying I'm hungry. Just look at this beat. You were never getting on our level. We go here, we would never settle. So we raise high here, we call it heavy metal. Give it no breaks, feet on the pedal, top speed.
He was the best guy around.
What about the people he murdered?
What murder?
Wow, that was a short clip, but what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of The Good Faith Show. I'm your host, Andre Morton, and The Good Faith Show is only exclusively on the ATP Network. You can catch the ATP Network on Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, and Rumble. Hopefully, we come to Rockfin soon. Man, it's been a while since I did a video. When? Tuesday? Wow. And, I don't like taking breaks like that, especially when you're a growing channel like YouTube, in order for the algorithm to put you, oh God. Excuse me, y'all. It's too early for this shit, but in order for the algorithm to favor you, you got to keep uploading content. I didn't even upload clips. And clips take me 10 minutes to upload. So, yeah, I got to do better. Did y'all miss me or not? I mean, it don't matter. It don't matter, man. I can be a pain in the ass. I can be annoying at times. I get that. It's not. Maybe it's my autism. I don't know. But, yeah, hope y'all had a good week. So much shit going on, man. It's crazy. I got a lot of shit to talk about. Most of it pertains to healthcare related. So, yeah, I have some shameless plugs for you guys. My comrade Trina is in need of desperate help. Finally, Cash App will release the $200 that we raised for her so far. So hopefully she can get that apartment. But in the meanwhile, donate to her directly via Cash App. That's recommended. Her Cash App is K Brandstein 4, and also to help Thai President. She's she's a mom. So donate to her Cash App. $ is Liz4285. So, and also to y'all, like the video. Give it a like if you're on YouTube and Rumble, especially on YouTube, like Rumble too as well, but YouTube is our biggest subscriber base outside of Twitter. So give us a like, help us continue to grow. Hopefully we have some new people coming onto the network in the future. Mainly after the holidays and shit is over, we can finally get back moving again. It's the holidays, people with family and stuff. and I don't want, I don't want them, to satisfy me by interrupting their time with family to do this. Like, I got this. I can handle this myself. So yeah, got a lot to talk about, guys. Let's start with the first video. Okay, guys, first video I got here. And before I start, I want to give a huge shout out to Case Study QB, man. He be finding these clips because when you go looking for them yourself, you cannot find them at all. So I don't know how he found them, but I call Case Study QB a clip genie in a bottle. A clip genie in a bottle, if you get my drift. Yeah, I'm not that funny. So yeah, after to play it, and y'all know it's just a 3-minute clip, so I always pause in between. So yeah, here we go.
Almost immediately after news broke that United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson had been killed, people began posting their frustrations with United Healthcare and other insurance companies online. Many reactions included horror stories about being denied care, including United Healthcare denying anti-nausea medicine for a pediatric patient on chemo. Now, murder is always wrong, full stop. We cannot emphasize that enough. But that truth can also exist with another truth, that plenty of injustices exist within the American healthcare system.
Now, my thing is, where were all this from the corporate media before? Like, so you telling me it had to take a CEO get murked, retribution-wise, just so y'all can finally say the quiet part out loud? But beforehand, y'all were running United Healthcare ads, Kaiser Permanente ads, all these other ads from these health insurance companies. But the cat's out the bag now, it looks like. So yeah, like, people always hated this fucking healthcare system. It's you motherfuckers that said initially, when Bernie Sanders was before he became a cook. Sorry for the camera quality, y'all. There you go. Focus. There you go. While Bernie was running out saying, how are we gonna pay for Medicare for all? It's gonna, y'all literally lying on about the proposal, healthcare proposal that could save my father, could have saved my friend's baby, her child that passed away. Oh God, man! Now, you got Miss Joy saying the truths about the healthcare system. Oh, it's bad. Oh, Oh God, these people, man! I swear.
Thompson's life should not have been taken because of those injustices. But it is important to understand why people are reacting the way they are. American healthcare is already complex, unaffordable for many, inaccessible, and broken.
Well, I would say this: barring any other event, Thompson would be alive today if he did the right thing and then deny people health claims, then use prior authorization tactics and shit like that, or use AI to deny more claims to override the doctors. It's not the doctor's fault. I think this don't be said enough. It's not the doctor's fault. The doctors want to help, treat you and whatnot. It's just the mafia for-profit middleman that comes between you and your fucking doctor that says, oh yeah, this experimental treatment can help you. I'm gonna deny it because I don't want to pay for it. And if you pay out of pocket yourself, God forbid, hundreds of thousands of dollars. So yeah.
Many blame that fact on United Healthcare, the largest health insurance company in the United States. It covers more than 50 million people. It's also the largest employer of physicians after years of buying out their practices. It's a for-profit company that stands to benefit immensely if health insurance becomes fully privatized. It helps run hospitals and outpatient surgery centers. It covers older adults on Medicare Advantage, the poor who are on Medicare.
Oh God, Medicare Advantage. My mama has United Healthcare Medicare Advantage. Now, my mama, she get calls every year saying, "Hey, you want to switch from this plan to this plan?" if you're a senior citizen, I'm pretty sure a few that watch this, y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, it's a bear. Like, one privatized insurance calls my mama and say, "Hey, you need to switch to this, and you get these benefits and that benefits." But if I known United Healthcare was this shitty, I wouldn't have told mama to get on there. So, and it's too late now because I guess their enrollment period or whatever in December, what was it, last week? So she stuck with these motherfuckers for another year, and my mama had to have fucking surgery to fix her hernia, was intertwined all in her intestines and shit. Like, it took 6 hours for that surgery, and so far she haven't got a bill yet. Like, anything is possible with United Healthcare. So yeah, man, it's a mess. It's a total mess. And privatization. So yeah, like Medicare, really, regular Medicare is better than the privatized Medicare Advantage, because this video I showed y'all, was it a week ago before I went to Georgia? Like, this guy's mom was in a skilled nursing facility. The healthcare Medicare Advantage will not pay for her room and board. So, but regular Medicare covered by the government will pay for it. So yeah, it's
Medicaid, and also sells Obamacare plans. It is a health insurance giant, a Goliath, big healthcare like none other. United Healthcare has a toxic history, ballooning as a company by eating up its competitors. Its consolidation practices and increasing reach have garnered scrutiny from antitrust agencies, as well as the U.S. Department of Justice. It also pioneered HMOs, perhaps the world's worst, most hated form of insurance. What you're seeing online these days is anger at the industry, and particularly at United Healthcare, and not without a reason. The insurer is known for how it handles claims, namely denying coverage for you and your loved ones. That coverage includes denying nursing care to patients who are recovering from falls and strokes. ProPublica even uncovered how United Healthcare denied a procedure for someone whose heart was having trouble pumping blood, while another ProPublica investigation uncovered the lengths to which United goes to reject claims, including burying medical reports. We reached out to United Healthcare for comment, but
that's why Brian Thompson was murdered. Murked. So, consequences have repercussions. Like, somebody's heart not pumping blood right, but you're going to deny a claim. Oh, God, man.
They declined to comment on these reports. The callous, greedy, profits over people nature of the health insurance industry.
Now, when was this shit? 8 years ago, at least, when Medicare for All was starting to become a thing, like a trending topic. Like, oh man, what can you say anymore? Sorry about the camera, y'all. Autofocus thing. What? Like, this is why I say the left, in particular, the far left. Now you talking about, the left that when people think about the left, the Democrats. No, talking about the far left, the post-duopolis left. This is why we need to take this as a win, y'all. We won. We was right all along. We won. Yeah, there's nothing wrong questioning if Luigi actually did it. Like, people still questioning it. I'm not saying that you should not question things. Like, I need to question more shit myself. The problem is that in this case, the motives are not like everybody feels the same way about healthcare. So, yeah.
Doesn't just cause human suffering, it requires it. My next guest has extensively covered how this very industry shortchanges patients as well as doctors, and how United Healthcare in particular makes billions while rationing your care. Sean Morrow joins me next. Stay with us.
And God forbid if, United Healthcare said, no, we can't cover your mama's surgery. We can't cover her treatments and stuff, to recover. My mama would probably be dead. Like, she had a bowel blockage in July. It could have killed her. But it's insane, man. Like, it's insane. Like, it's insane that in America, like every other developed country has some form of a public option type healthcare, where, the taxpayers pay for it, and, you go to the hospital with a bowel blockage and you get the treatment you need, the surgery you need to recover, while here you have to, if you have a bowel blockage, you have no health insurance, God forbid, you think that you constipated or whatnot, you take a whole bunch of laxatives, which is not good. This is horrendous, but here we go. Okay, guys, that's it. I'm gonna find that video with the other guy that talked about healthcare as well. Again, corporate media, like, y'all late to the party, like, I guess better late than never. Like, still fuck you though. Y'all the same people that says that we're in the wrong by, like, I want to say celebrating, like, people that's talking about this are not just not overnight say, oh, we pro murder, we pro murking people. No, you're not getting it. See, they're not getting it. I think they know it. They just want to play stupid to kiss tails to the big company that donate to the advertisers. They donate to them. It's that people are just sick of getting screwed the fuck over. That's all. Like, people just getting tired of getting screwed over time and time again by this mafia. This is what it is, a fucking mafia, bro. So you telling me a mafia determines whether I live or die? And most of the time they're going to deny my claim, which killed me. Like privatized health insurance is legalized murder, bro. I'm sorry. Like, I just have to tell the truth. It's legalized murder. So yeah, y'all, that's that video. Like, corporate media late. All right, guys. So this is the next clip I want to talk about. Here we go.
Joining me now is Sean Morrow, a senior writer at More Perfect Union, who has extensively covered the healthcare industry and insurers such as United Healthcare. Sean, thanks so much for being here. I went through some of the bill of particulars that a lot of people are pointing out online. There was one other piece that I think came from you, from a clip that I saw of you online that was, to me, really shocking. The fact that United Healthcare, they're almost operating like a payday lending service to doctors. Can you talk about that?
Yes. So when you look at United Health Group as a whole, which owns United Healthcare, who lost their CEO recently, they own many companies. And one of the companies they own is one that employs a lot of doctors. And as part of that, they have a company that gives basically payday loans to doctors that offer a bridge to these doctors so that they can fund their practices while they're waiting on United Healthcare to pay them back on these claims.
One of the things that you pointed out in the clip on More Perfect Union is that people just perceive doctors as wealthy. They perceive them as all super rich. But unless you're like a plastic surgeon.
I thought that too. To be honest with you, I did. I said, hell, doctor is a high-paid profession. I mean, considering the amount of schooling you have to go through, like pre-med and being residency and all that shit. Like, common sense will kick in and say, yeah, they should be heavily compensated, but I didn't even know this. This is why you need to do your own education. Like, so basically, United Healthcare, a few seconds ago when they were talking about the payday loans, so basically they just trying to buy the doctors off. Basically, like, hey, we give you this money, but most likely we will not accept the claim, or we'll pay part of it. Okay. Oh boy. It's a mafia. United Health Group is a mafia, man. It's a mafia.
They're actually struggling in a lot of cases, right?
A lot of the doctors that are most important to Americans, like primary care doctors, are actually struggling. And when people say that healthcare needs to be cheaper, no one's saying that doctors should be making less money. Doctors should be making a good amount of money. The people that possibly should be making less money are the executives and administrators for the companies that are
See, if you had a universal healthcare system, the doctors will be compensated heavily, right? Rightfully slow. Rightfully so. See, when you have a mafia, that denies 32% of fucking claims, yeah. So yeah, I perceive that the doctors that are in the more poorest areas of the country aren't as heavily compensated. But again, like, this is what happened. This is capitalism, baby. Capitalism. We watching capitalism in 4K, baby. I'm gonna say that, man.
On people that just need healthcare.
So it seems to me that there are not very many healthcare companies. It seems like, you used to have Cigna, you used to have all of these different companies, Blue Cross Blue Shield. They've all consolidated. Like, how many actual companies are left in the market?
There aren't many. And when you think of the way they're consolidating, it's less a matter of multiple insurance companies consolidating to make fewer insurance companies, but it's the insurance companies buying up other parts of the system. So, of course, you have CVS and Aetna are now one company, right? And if you go to CVS.com to fill a prescription, they will have a quiz on there trying to sell you on Aetna insurance because of all of this consolidation and vertical integration among the companies. And the same is true at United Healthcare. They also own Optum, which is a chain of primary care physicians.
And I should know Blue Cross Blue Shield does still exist. There's some of them still exist, but as you said, they buy one another, and so they become part of the same conglomerate. How extensive are the denials? There is this clip here. United Healthcare CEO's parent company, as you called it, as you mentioned, United Health Group. This is their CEO, Andrew Whitty. This is an internal video that was leaked to journalist Ken Clipperstein. Take a listen.
Are going to make sure that we not only acknowledge and honor that legacy of Brian, but we'll continue it. Our role is a critical role, and we make sure that care is safe, appropriate, and is delivered when people need it. And we guard against the pressures that exist for unsafe care or for unnecessary care to be delivered in a way which makes the whole system too complex and ultimately unsustainable.
The idea of unnecessary care. If you need anti-nausea medication.
And the guy's British. That's crazy about the Brits, man. Them Brits hell, boy. Them damn Brits, boy. Now, UK got healthcare, right? And I'm pretty sure they cover unnecessary care or care that's needed. But what does define unnecessary care? Like my dad, like according to you guys, like he didn't need the experimental treatment to help treat his prostate cancer 6 years ago. According to you, so is that unnecessary care? I just want to know. It's sad, man. Like, but Sean Fain even explained it better than I will. So here we go.
And because you can't keep food down, that seems to me to be necessary care, but they're still saying no in cases like that.
These gentlemen have something called fiduciary responsibility. That means they have to, of course, return as much money to their shareholders as possible. That's their legal responsibility, just like as journalists, your responsibility or my responsibility is to tell the truth and inform people. So if people are paying them a premium to pay for their insurance, and in exchange for that premium, they're getting care, the company is going to make the most money for shareholders by providing the least care.
That's true. That's very true. Yeah. When you're a CEO, yeah, that's I think that's law too. Like the CEO's job is to get the most profit as much as you can to the shareholders. Yeah, that makes sense. So by him saying that, like, if it's unnecessary care, we ain't gonna cover it, but we'll take your monthly payment, your monthly premiums each month. You see what I'm saying? You could be healthy as a horse, like me. I'm healthy as a horse right now. All right, bragging on myself, I am. But, I might need fucking help. I might need to have to get a procedure done. And most likely, a claim might get denied. And then I might have to go into bankruptcy, which if you, like my mom been bankrupt twice in her lifetime, like it decimates you, man, financially. It does, like, my God. But, yeah, let me continue. like medical bankruptcy should not be a thing in this country.
So to them, it makes a lot of sense to determine things that are unnecessary.
And there seems to be some callousness. ProPublica did release and leak some video of a couple of nurses or people who work for United Healthcare sort of laughing about denying care. I mean, there's a callousness to the industry as a whole. I take it is not like this in other countries.
Yeah, it's not like this in other countries because this industry doesn't really exist, which is, I believe, a positive. Profit is not tied to healthcare. The quality of care you receive is not tied to how much an executive gets paid or how much money they're returning to shareholders. It's just based on what you need and what will make you healthy again.
If Medicare and Medicaid are ultimately
that's what it should be about. Like life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, like life, health, like the Declaration of Independence, like that's not a thing. Like, like I use that for example. Like, that's why we always say healthcare is a human right, because my thing is that you want people to be prosperous. Well, them being sick, suffering, that's not being happy and being joyous of life. But hey,
privatized or TRICARE is privatized, how much will United Healthcare benefit from that?
United Healthcare would benefit quite a bit. United Healthcare is already in Medicare privatization with Medicare Advantage, which is when they convince the elderly with predatory, dishonest advertisements that this private plan is better to replace the public plan. And that ends up ripping off the taxpayer. The taxpayer pays hundreds to thousands of dollars more per patient than they would on original Medicare, and it hurts the patient. People aren't getting as good care on these privatized plans that the incoming administration.
Yeah, like my mama, for example, when she, where was it? I think she on Aetna. See what I'm saying? Like all these fucking privatization mafia middleman is fucked up. My mom was on Aetna, and she went to it's this doctor she went to all her life, because my mama, before she became older, she had health insurance. She had Blue Cross Blue Shields. Yeah, I'm about to get to that story in a second, but like because the doctor, her primary, a PCP was not in her network, which is what's up with this network shit. So if you, like, God forbid, if you live in a very rural area and your hospital might be 10 miles away and your health insurance don't cover that your hospital doctor, you have to drive 30 miles, and what if your car's not in good shape? Maybe it's on its last leg, or, maybe you ain't got a car. You see what I'm saying? It's just a lot of things to put into perspective here. But I'm just saying, like, yeah, like, Aetna wouldn't cover my mama's PCP, so she had to, but they covered the nurse practitioner that worked in the same medical clinic. And I'm like, nurse practitioner is not a doctor. Well, it's basically a doctor, but it's not a doctor. So yeah, tell me, man, I have so many stories, man.
Administration wants to try to switch more and more plans to.
And the idea of what they claim they're doing is efficiency, but consolidation is supposed to deliver efficiency. I take it does not.
I mean, it delivers efficiency, but their definition of efficiency is returning as much value to their investors as possible.
There you go.
All right, guys, that's the end of that. So yeah, shout out to Sean on More Perfect Union. That dude does the damn work, man. And shout out to Case Study QB for those videos, man. Like, if you don't follow him on Twitter, what you doing with your life? And also, too, y'all, before I get to the next story, this one is good. Like the video. Please like the video. Like, the more y'all like it, the more people view it. Like, YouTube, we get a few views, but we don't get no likes. So, like the video. Let's on Rumble as well. I know Rumble, we ain't hardly got any followers. People do watch our stuff, but they don't subscribe. If you watch it on Rumble, subscribe, follow us. Like, I know y'all like Kyle Peasant. But can y'all like me, because I can get 70, 80 views per video. So yeah. On to the next story. Okay, guys. So yeah, I know I'm about to get to this. Give huge credit to Briana Joy Gray. Like, to keep your composure like that, even though, shout out to JB Fun. He did a video on this past weekend. Like, There's a lot of anti-blackness energy in this video, man. Yeah, you can see it. And like, you know, when you call these motherfuckers out about it, I can hear them all now. All these crackers on the screen right here. And one real true leftist, Bray, the black queen herself, Bray. They said, "Oh, you're not anti-black," but you keep cutting her off and, you know, just being rude and disrespectful. Like, I hate being cut off, man. I'm just saying, like, you know, I let you talk, but let me talk. You know what I mean? Like, you talk the whole fucking 3 or 4 minutes about bullshit, and when I say something you don't like, then you want to cut people off. Like, fuck that shit. But anyway, man, let me play this. This probably be the rest of the video right here. Like, I'm not gonna play the whole thing. Hell no. Like, this is an hour and 20 minutes. Like, fuck that. I'm just gonna play with Brie Cookies, motherfucker. Here we go.
With you, I found Taylor Lorenz's performance on Monday night on this show utterly staggering. She was already in hot water for celebrating the death of this executive. To then say that her honest, genuine response to what happened was one of joy. And it was unambiguous. She may have recanted it when she realized what she'd said, but she said it in the moment and she meant it. She felt joyful that an executive, a husband, a father of 2 children, had been executed in the streets of Manhattan. What would you say about that?
Joy. Well, I would say this, because you gotta watch what the fuck you say on YouTube, man. Like these platforms, man. Oh, I wouldn't have said joy. I would have said that's retribution. Like, that's why I would have said. He got retribution for fucking poor people over, even middle class people. Like I always said this. I said when middle class people get affected, that's when shit really gonna pop off. Because they, you know, I said the upper middle class, but yeah. And, you know, Taylor Lorenz, she backed on her statement, like, God, why you do that? Like, people are on your side. That even, like, I read an opinion piece about this except for CEOs defending him and I forgot what the fuck I said, but let me get to the video. Holy crap.
Yeah, so 3 things. Number one, I can only speak for myself. I can't speak for the panel or anyone else. I'm against vigilante violence. I think it's bad for a democratic society when people, especially in a country that has more guns than individuals, take matters in their own hand and kill unarmed individuals. I think personally that's wrong. Secondly, it's not just a left thing, because Taylor does not represent the left as one person. I'm against the murder of Brian Thompson. I thought it was a brutal, targeted murder. And I, for one, did not celebrate the murder, just like I did not celebrate a violent insurrection against our free and fair election.
Oh, God. Shut up. Violent? What was violent about it? I don't want to talk about it because it's been, 3 years? Like, it's been 3 years, dude. Holy crap. Can we, stop talking about 1-6? Like, did any other government officials die? Did they die? Like, did they got unalive? Oh, God.
Where people, some with weapons, attacked the Capitol Police, and then that Capitol Police that was defending the U.S. Capitol and senators was mocked and ridiculed by people on the right. And then finally, I'm really curious, Piers, and I'm sure you are as well. We have some gray hairs. I have never seen this type of response. The fact that this is the one thing that has united so many Americans. When I'm talking about the response to Brian Thompson's murder, you've seen people from the left, from the right, every ethnicity, every gender, people sitting there, and instead of having empathy, you see outrage. Sometimes you see celebration. You see people on.
Why so though, dude? Like, why do you think people have outrage? And some people do have joy. Anyway, that's not, people consider Luigi a hero, But why you think that? Like, maybe because the healthcare system sucks. I mean, the health insurance system sucks. That's crazy. Like, we spend the most money on healthcare and we have the worst outcomes. Like, that's not from Andre. Like, that's out there. Like, Google it yourself, guys, or DuckDuckGo it yourself, or Bing, whatever you use. Why you think people are outraged? Like, I just, you know, if I was on the panel, I'd be like, why you think that? You know, oh God, I think he knows. He's just trying to play stupid. That's what a lot of people do. You know, I guess being stupid instead of being rational and reasonable, I guess it generates more clicks. So.
On social media, on TikTok, on Twitch, on Facebook, using their own, face, saying, this is what's happening. And this is where I think we should really reflect upon why are so many Americans, so many otherwise decent people, not necessarily feeling empathy, also sometimes being celebratory over the murder of a United Healthcare CEO. And I think you talked about it, touched upon it. It's because in this country, so many Americans, because we have such a broken system where we pay so much money, don't have access to healthcare, are denied health insurance, right? They're denied medical treatment. They're denied life-saving medications. United Healthcare has denied 32%, more so than any other company, and they based it on an algorithm. There is a festering resentment and anger and rage that I think has to be confronted. And if you are a CEO or a 1%, you don't have to justify any of this, but you have to look at the reaction, Piers, and say, this is what's happening in America. Why are so many people united? I mean, there was literally on Twitter yesterday when they arrested Luigi, right? There was hashtag free him and pardon. That is something that has to be confronted. And why?
That's how I feel. Yeah, that's how I feel. Confronted. I mean, like, it's the truth. Okay. Let me continue.
You see a simmering rage against the 1%, the elitists, and the billionaires.
Okay.
Like people been saying on Twitter and TikTok as well, it's a class war. That's what all this boils down to. Like, you can dissect it any way you want, but at the end of the day, this is a class war. It's been a class war since the beginning. Like, since the beginning. Yeah, let me continue.
Clay Travis, I mean, let me confront that first off, which is it shouldn't need to be confronted. It's disgusting. If you celebrate the death of an executive from a company whose policy you don't agree with, you're disgusting. You're inhumane. If you lack any empathy and are proud of that, or you feel joyful, you are inhumane. It is wrong. I don't care who it is, what political divide they come from, what the policies are. You don't execute people in the street, and you don't get celebrated when you do that.
I agree.
But secondly, Clay, I would say this: this.
Piers, let me say this. First of all, where was the empathy when United Healthcare denied my dad life-saving treatment? Or what? Well, like, sorry for the camera guys. This is the way it is. Where was the empathy when my friend's baby couldn't live to see her 7th birthday or their 7th birthday? So I mean, like, I'm just so sick and tired of these fucking simps to the billionaire class, man. They were Piers Morgan here. He's a simp. He's simping. Stop simping, man. Like I'm pretty sure you. Oh God, I'm pretty sure you're a reasonable, knowledgeable guy, right? You know, you're a Brit yourself. I mean, your country has healthcare, but we don't. And you see why people are not having empathy for a guy that used algorithms to fuck over more people. Oh God.
It's extraordinary phenomenon of so many liberal women brazenly talking about the hot assassin, as if somehow the fact that he was good looking in some way is the most important aspect of this.
The idea that he's a hot assassin is bonkers to me, Piers, that this would take off.
This guy needs to shut up. He's in Israel, I think. Yeah.
As it has is utterly ridiculous. But look, I mean, this was a cold-blooded murder that we were all able to watch take place on the video monitors in Midtown Manhattan. And the thing I would point out is two things that usually happen. One, I do think there's a deeper story here. This is a incredibly privileged, it appears to be alleged, but seems like he is the killer based on all the evidence. He went to a $40,000 a year high school. He has double degrees from an Ivy League institution. He has all the advantages and privileges that a rich kid in America would have. And he killed an executive who was the son of lower middle class, it appears, parents, who worked his way up based on his own individual merit and accolades. And so you have this.
Okay, so what if Brian Thompson came from a working class family? My thing is, you consider people like Brian Thompson a class traitor, right? I mean, that's how I define it. Like working class, you get a little material wealth and whatever, and you fuck over the class that you was in. Meanwhile, Luigi, yes, he went to Ivy League school. Yes, he got tutored. His family has wealth, but he realized that not only is the health insurance industry screwing over my family, screwing over every other family in this country. So I consider Luigi having class solidarity. That's what I consider, but I mean, here you go.
Incredible. If you want to talk about white privilege, this assassin is maybe the definition of white privilege. And he also used a gun. And usually anytime we have a shooting like this, almost immediately we hear that we need to have gun control. It appears this may have been a gun that he created using some sort of 3D creation, that is some sort of advanced technology. And we don't hear anything about gun control, and we don't hear anything about white privilege. And so in addition to the fact that a lot of crazy, broken-brained left-wing women like Taylor Lorenz can't find any man, so they decide to get all turned on by assassins.
What's up with that? What's up with that? Like, is that necessary? Like, really? Like, what this gotta, like, man, so Taylor Lorenz said, trick of these being ourselves, man. Holy shit. Wow. If they seen the shit I said, my other friends on Twitter, yeah. Damn.
It's nice. I think, evidence of how the left wing's brain is broken, and they will use any situation to try to justify that which is unjustifiable.
Yeah, Briana, let me bring you in. Welcome to Uncensored. I believe it's your debut, so great to have you. Just on the before we get to the shooting and the way it's been celebrated and so on, this whole issue of the hot assassin. You know, I made the point on X earlier. Had this shooter executed a female CEO of a company, of a healthcare company, I don't think any women on the left would have gone public and talked about what a hot assassin he was. Do you?
I frankly don't know that that's true. And I also think we can't erase how many men are also thirsting, frankly, after the claims adjuster, or as you have been describing him, the hot assassin, Luigi Mangione. But I think the real point is that both sides of the establishment political aisle are desperate to make this a conversation about something other than the fact that we have perhaps the most perverse healthcare system, or insurance system is a more accurate way to put it, compared to every other similarly wealthy country in the world. The reason you're seeing this outrage and sometimes kind of performative thirsting for the shooter is exactly because 68,000 people every year in the United States of America die because people like Brian Thompson, who run companies like United Healthcare, deny insurance claims that could have saved the lives of their loved ones. And while there were a lot of words spent talking about the fear, the real fear of the people on the subway who had encountered Jordan Neely, it's important to note that Jordan Neely hadn't physically engaged with anybody on the subway.
Well, I'm going to come to Jordan just to be clear.
See what I'm talking about? See, this asshole, this brick motherfucker, Bill Morgan, let the other motherfuckers talk, but with Bree spitting facts, like she's literally spitting facts. This is not a hypothesis, this is not an opinion, this is fact. This asshole, Jack, gonna interrupt her. See, shit like that bothers the fuck out of me, man. I just, You know, see, Bree's too real on this panel. Like, she's too real. Bree is the quintessential raw and uncut. So, yeah. Jordan Neely, I guess he had a mental illness. Like, if we had universal health care, he would get treated for that mental illness. So, yeah.
Clear. I'm going to come to.
Wait a minute.
Let's separate the two stories, though.
That was just an aside. So much, so many such words, passions, empathy was directed in that direction. But Brian Thompson's actual crimes of having a direct connection to mass death and suffering for tens of thousands of Americans on a yearly basis.
Well, hang on, you said crimes.
I think it's going under-examined.
What? Okay.
Piers. Crimes of murdering people because they can't get the health care they need. That's what she's talking about. That's the murder she's talking about, Piers. he know this shit. He's just being dumb. That's all.
You said crimes. What was
denying?
What was the crime?
Crime is denying health care, idiot. Piers Morgan, you dumbass idiot.
Unfortunately, the United States, our legal system is designed by people in power who enrich themselves, who don't make denying people's health care that results in mass death.
Yeah, but you called it a crime, though.
Legalized crime, Piers. Is that you happy? You happy? You want a cookie, Piers? You want a brick with a Biscoff? Legalized crime. That was really this health insurance is. Legalized murder, legalized crime. Whatever you call it, that's what it is. Deny people life-saving treatment. Yeah. Like, what else we call it? Oh, it's legal, so it's not a crime. And Brian Thompson had a suit. So we look at my black ass. If I'm out, they look at me as a criminal because if I, for example, if Brian Thompson was a suit, he's so professional. He's he worked hard to get here. That's society in a nutshell. Oh God.
Sort of the crime, but it wasn't a crime. He wasn't a convicted criminal.
I would define it colloquially as a crime, and the fact that Luigi allegedly took matters into his own hands is because no political system or legal system in the United States of America has been willing to step up.
Actually, we don't even know that, do we?
The mass murder that's been executed on the part of the American healthcare.
So he cutting it off. See, dumbass.
Okay, I would say, look, we don't know really enough about this guy yet. It looks to me like he's a bit of a nasty.
He had a manifesto. Like the gun, they said a fingerprint matched the gun. That was 3D printed, according to some people. So yeah, I mean, we don't know. What are you talking about? Like, evidence coming out every day. What?
Narcissist.
What do you mean?
I think he was a narcissist. I think that he was clearly unhinged.
Yeah, people that decided, I'm tired of this fucking system. I'm gonna have to take matters to my own hands. Justifiably so. They're narcissistic. They're psychopath. They're crazy. But you can say the same thing about Brian Thompson. These other CEOs, empty health insurance companies. They are narcissistic because they don't care about the patients that they supposed to serve. You're supposed to, help pay for their treatments and stuff. That's narcissistic. Luigi is not narcissistic. It's these health insurance companies that are. But
I'm not sure that he's the great Robin Hood. Hang on.
Which guy? I'm sorry.
Hang on.
Luigi,
the shooter,
or,
right?
Brian Thompson.
The one who shot Brian Thompson. Luigi, right? I'm just not sure.
Yeah, talking about Brian Thompson more than Luigi.
That he's this great, heroic guy standing up against the healthcare system. I suspect
I'm not talking about that. This isn't about Luigi, who may or may not, he's been arrested, he's been charged. We may or may not know that he's the actual shooter. I'm talking about the public reaction to Brian Thompson's death.
No, I understand
and we do know about Brian Thompson.
I understand that.
We know about United Healthcare, and that's the root of the discontent. That's the root of the public outcry. Luigi is just a vessel through which people are expressing their deep frustrations with the American healthcare system. So the question is, if you don't want murders like this to be happening, assassinations to be happening like this in the street. I'm someone who does not believe in the death penalty and don't condone these kinds of vigilante instances of violence in either case. But if you want to get to the root of why people are so deeply unhappy, you have to, it resonates so deeply with people that this has happened. You have to get to the root of why there is this deep well of tragedy, despair, and outrage in the United States of America, and that has to do with what Brian Thompson has chosen to do with his life, and what companies like United Healthcare have chosen to do to the American people.
But just to be clear, before I go to Natalie to respond to that, do you feel any empathy for Brian Thompson and his family?
I have infinite empathy for any individual as a person in their personal capacity. As his role as the CEO of United Healthcare, I'm afraid I'm with the overwhelming majority, bipartisan majority of the American people who say, I'm saving my empathy for people who are much more vulnerable, and have caused a lot less harm.
So to be clear, you don't have any empathy for him after he was executed?
I personally don't.
Right.
Same here. I mean, what else can I say? I'm gonna continue to play it, but like 3 or 4 more minutes. But I don't have no empathy for people that legally murdered people. I don't have empathy for people that, my dad could be still living right now. Like, my dad was my best friend, and like a true best friend. Like, he's my father, but he's my best friend. My friend, she could have her baby child would have been 7 years old if they didn't deny her experimental treatment. It could have saved her baby life. I mean, I'm sorry, man. Like, if I sound heartless to some BNS simp that watches our channel, like, go come across this live or video or clip, whatever will it be? I don't have no sympathy for Brian Thompson. I don't have no sympathy for Elon Musk. I don't have no sympathy for who else? Any other billionaire, select CEO. Like, my empathy ran out, man. It ran out a long time ago. So, oh boy, here comes another BNS simp. About to counteract.
Okay, well, at least you're honest. Let me go to Natalie Winters. I mean, I find this staggering. You've got to remember, the left is supposed to be the party that cares so much. All of them have their Be Kind hashtags. They're the caring ones, the kind ones. And they can't even bring it in their hearts to say they find a shred of empathy for a man who's just been executed, who's the father of children, the husband of a loving wife, and so on. I find that just staggering. You can't, on a human level, have empathy for the murder of someone, but also make your point about the system in which he was an executive. What's your response?
I mean, it's absolutely shocking. And look, what it gets to the core of is the continued dehumanization of people, because in the sort of culturally Marxist paradigm of oppressor versus oppressed, you're allowed to do whatever you want to someone who has allegedly, or in this case, I'm not a supporter of the United States healthcare system or apparatus. Believe me, there's so many problems that need to be fixed and adjusted there. But condoning, which is in effect what these two panelists are doing, the assassination of him by a roundabout way.
See, the problem here, she's not getting it. Apparently, she says she has a problem with the system. I mean, if you're not the top 1%, of course you have problems with the system. Duh. If you're not the 1%, like, healthcare has fucked you over one time or another. But anyway, she's not getting what Bree's saying. Bree said herself, hey, she don't support, vigilante type violence. No violence at all. She's not pro-violence. She's saying that, like, I just want to be blunt with y'all, consequences have repercussions. Consequences of denying healthcare, denying treatment, leads to acts like that. That's all she's saying. She's not saying that, more people need to get murked. She's not saying that. Oh, God, they're not getting it. They're not getting it.
Way by saying, well, the healthcare system you just told me that you had absolutely no empathy and that you think what people are doing by gunning down healthcare executives because of bad decisions.
And by the way, I do not condone vigilante violence in either instance.
No, exactly. She said she don't condone it. I mean, no, Brian Thompson, he was a father. Oh, he had 2 kids and a wife at home in Minnesota. Oh, no. The violence gotta stop. We gotta have humanity. That's what they want us to say. They want all of us to to do. Man, let me get back to the video.
So
You
don't
just told me that you had no
misrepresent my
empathy.
view. If
So
you
what
can
do
make
you
your
have
case
for this
without
man?
telling a lie, miss, then you should do it. I have
You
empathy
just
for the
told,
68 million Americans
Recooking this woman.
an
and their
entire audience
families
that
who
you
are
have
killed
no
every
empathy
single
for the
year
don't
by the
talk over
policies
each other. We can't
of the
hear you.
United
because you
healthcare
think that he
system with
fits
its
Don't talk
into
over each
32
other.
Don't talk over each other. We can't hear. Shut up here, Morgan Britt.
Can't hear you.
paradigm
Okay, look,
of a
look, listen,
Well,
Briana,
can I just
I'll let
add
you speak,
too, if
Briana.
you think
Let
Luigi,
Natalie have her say.
You cut Briana off. Piers, what are you talking about? Oh, blame him for tie up. If you're gonna talk over me, no, man, I ain't gonna let that. Yeah,
And then I'll let people respond.
by the way, if you think Luigi Mangione is someone who you maybe have empathy or sympathy for, this is someone who had a very privileged upbringing, background, very wealthy family. The CEO of United Healthcare is someone who came from a working class family, went to state schools, didn't go to the University of Pennsylvania. Like I said, I'm not defending the healthcare system writ large, but to say that you don't have empathy because you view him as an oppressor of the American people is a perversion, not just of the system of law and justice in this country, but that's extreme.
Putting words in the mouth. Yep. You putting words in the mouth. Why? So you saying that?
You just said you don't have empathy for a man who was murdered in cold blood on the streets of New York. So what do you have for him?
You are
Sympathy?
obsessed with this oppressed language. It seems.
How do I have sympathy for somebody that did legalize murder against thousands of people? Like, how can you sit there saying that, yeah, the healthcare system is fucked up, but again, saying that, putting words in Bree's mouth, saying that she's pro-vigilante violence. Like, you're talking both sides of your own mouth here. You're talking both sides of your own mouth. Like, come on, man.
Seems to be a bit of a kink.
You
among
are so
Republicans
much
on
so
side of
that
the
you
aisle.
just said you don't
I'm
have
in a
empathy
very-
for a murder victim.
I said, let me be clear. I said, as a person, interpersonally, of course, he has a family, and those people are feeling grief, and those people, as far as I know, are innocent in all of this. But the question is, here's the real question. Why are we asking random pundits, who might personally have been victimized, by the way, by someone like Brian Thompson, why they would have empathy for him and their family, while there's no question being asked about who has empathy for the tens of thousands of Americans who are killed every year by the policies that Brian Thompson has made millions and millions,
All right, Clay, I can
tens of
see,
millions
hang
of
on.
Cut off again, Jesus Christ. I can't stand that shit. Like, Brian Thompson had empathy for my father. He had empathy for all those people that probably family got decimated because the father or mother are the ones that brought income, kept food on the table for their family, died because United Healthcare said, yeah, we have to deny, We'll continue.
Knowledge of them. Why are we talking about the fact that this 25-year-old, 26-year-old alleged perpetrator, went to an Ivy League school when obviously he was still financially precarious, or obviously we don't know, the facts will come out. But the fact that someone who is relatively privileged in the United States of America can still feel so overwhelmed by our healthcare system that they would go to these lengths, that people who are relatively affluent still find themselves in medical bankruptcy, as you so rightly pointed out earlier, Piers Morgan, that 50% of families that have a cancer diagnosis in their family in the United States of America go bankrupt. That
my mama, for example, my mama, she went bankrupt in 2007. Yeah, because she got cancer in 2005. So, and they had to do 2 surgeries. She had colon cancer, so they had to, y'all know if you had colon cancer, if you had a family that had it, y'all know what they have to do. They have to let your internal heal, so they have to put a bag on you. Y'all know all this shit. But yeah, sorry for the blur, y'all. Autofocus sucks on this camera. But yeah, geez, man. It's like let's say a fucking mass murderer been murdering people for a long time, and all of a sudden a vigilante that's pro-peace murks him. So I wouldn't have sympathy for that mass murderer. You see what I'm saying? That kill a whole bunch of people for no reason. See what I'm saying? Like, it sounds like it did. Like, Brian Thompson committed legalized murder, and the alleged, I gotta say, alleged killer, Luigi, did the job. And now, because most people, well, majority of people on social media side with Luigi, it's making like, so they basically say we pro murder or we pro vigilante. Oh God, this is so frustrating. But Bree doing the damn thing, she cooking these motherfuckers.
That is where the moral outrage should lie. But when
Listen,
you go on
don't
elite
get me
programs,
wrong. Listen,
no
I
offense,
think-
Piers, who
listen.
have wealthy, affluent hosts,
Brianna,
the focus
Brianna.
seems to be on the
All right,
family of
time
the
out.
millionaire
Time
and
out.
not on the families of
You
the
made
people
your
who have
point.
been terrorized by the
All
healthcare
right,
system.
you made your point. I'm in London at the moment. In the UK, we have the National Health.
This son of a bitch. I'm in London at the moment. I'm in London, Matt. I'm in London, and we got healthcare, and I'm gonna be in that self because the advertisers pay my bills. So God, shut the fuck up here, boy.
Service. It's free healthcare for all. So I find the whole system in America completely baffling. That a country of your size and power and economic muscle can't have a better system where people don't fall through the cracks in such large numbers. I completely agree. But that is a separate issue to the execution of someone in the street. Clay, I could see you were rolling your eyes
But it's
there.
not a separate issue.
Well, let me bring Clay in.
It is a separate. Piers, I'm in Israel right now.
Oh dear God. I will not say that.
I just been touring a lot of the kibbutzes where there were people who were murdered because they were Jewish. I can't help but see the analogy.
Here we go. Oh God. No. Let's just say when you occupy land for almost 70, 80 years, retaliatory measures come into play. It's not because you're Jewish, idiot. It had nothing to do about what ethnicity you are.
Here, you can be upset with a larger societal issue. It does not justify murdering people because of it. And if you are making that argument, and Briana is making that argument, I'm sorry, her brain is broken, because what she is saying is, I'm so upset about the healthcare system that I believe that assassinating an innocent person who has never been convicted of any crime.
Bro, you can say the same thing about Israel assassinating innocent Palestinian women and children every day. You talking about? Okay.
In cold blood on the streets of Manhattan is okay, then your brain is broken. If you don't have empathy,
that's
for
not what I'm
father,
saying, and the audience
for
is
a
intelligent
husband,
enough to have heard what I've actually said.
You said you didn't have empathy.
I'm a fucking idiot, and I definitely understand what Bree was saying. Like, I'm an idiot. Like, I'm not intellectually intelligent like Ty Peasant or J.B. Fun or Nick Cruz or Savvy Savs or Rome or Afeni, like, or even Aaron Mate or Max Blumenthal. Like, those motherfuckers are intelligent. I'm an idiot, and I understood what Bree was saying, but these billionaire simps don't, like, they can't compartmentalize. Oh God.
For the killing of a man because you were upset about the larger
Briahna Joy
societal
Gray
issue of healthcare. That is not any different
that he is a person in
than
this
you
private
saying
capacity.
when you are
I do
seeing
not have
what
empathy
happens
for
when
the
someone is killed
CEO
because
of United
they're Jewish,
Healthcare.
that you're
And
not
by
happy
the
about
way,
the situation here.
Neither
It's
do
justifying
millions of Americans who've been victimized by Brian
a larger
themselves.
societal.
I love Bree, man. Bree, I love you. I love Briahna Joy Gray. Briahna Gray, man. Her composure, like, to stay. I know she's raging inside, but to stay on the course. That's incredible. Oh God.
Issue that you don't like.
Okay,
and by the way, this
Clay,
is not a healthcare debate.
Yeah, I want to play. I want to play two. I want to play
It
two.
is a healthcare debate.
Hang on. I want to play.
It is a healthcare
Hang
debate.
on,
It's what we
Brianna.
It's a
desperately want it not
murder
to be.
debate.
Yeah, it's
A murder debate. What? That asshole, that Israel simp said it's a murder debate. What? How's a murder debate? I don't understand. somebody help me understand, if you're watching this, maybe in the comment section or whatnot, like, it's about healthcare and why Brian Thompson got retribution. It ain't got nothing to do with murder. Oh, wow, I'm gonna say this, oh God, how you say this without ruffling feathers? I'm gonna say it towards the end of the video. It's kind of interesting.
It's a murder debate, not a
agree.
healthcare debate.
People are not excited about. Wait a minute. People are not excited about murder. There are thousands of murders that happen.
I don't like murder. I hate murder. So many, all because, but this one instance where you say, I can, turn my head to the side on that one. That's what a lot of people do. A lot of people is not pro murder.
Maybe not thousands, but hundreds, whatever, dozens of murders that happen every day in the United States of America. So, and those perpetrators are not being celebrated by the public. The public right now is feeling empathy for Luigi. They are feeling some kind of catharsis, schadenfreude, whatever you want to call it.
So you're feeling empathy for an executioner, but not the person he executed.
He's a cold-blooded assassin. No one should be feeling empathy for him. He's a rich kid with a broken brain,
Totally agree.
probably like you.
Okay, I want to play 2 clips now.
Broken brain. No, your brain broken. Cracker. Israel Cracker. Your fucking brain broken. Dumbass motherfucker.
I'm going to play, first of all, a mashup of the reaction to our Taylor Lorenz Joy clip, which has gone very big in America. Let's watch this.
That is this ideology. She has joy for a guy getting murdered in the streets of New York.
I just feel like saying that you feel joy over someone getting assassinated, like even if you do feel that way, I just don't think it's helpful to say that.
She in her mind is like a man that worked for a company at the highest levels.
I would say it in a way of like the way Bree said it. Like I wouldn't like because you can't say whatever. Yeah. If I said that on Twitter, I know my Twitter account is relevant though, but I'll probably get suspended. I have joy because a lot of people report me because people report me every day on Twitter, which is nuts. Mass report me, try to get me off this platform, but because I have joy in Brian Thompson getting murdered like that, I have to use coded language. Even though I fucking do hate coded language, you got to explain it in a way where it's safe, keep you safe, from any, retaliatory measures, but also too, it won't make you look like, hey, you pro murder. You see what I'm saying? So.
Died, so she feels joy. Okay.
And now this woman is all over online on her Substack and elsewhere trying to justify this man's murder and goes on with Piers Morgan on his YouTube show last night.
Wow, we have a real problem in this country. The left has a real problem.
But there is something deeper, a sickness that is going on in our political class, best exemplified by the absolute nut job, Taylor Lorenz, who used to work for the Washington Post. She appeared on Piers Morgan yesterday, and she said that she felt actual joy when the United Healthcare CEO was murdered on the street.
Now, Briahna, before I come to you, I want to play Joe Rogan, who interestingly had this take.
I don't think this guy was a professional. I think this guy, if I had to guess, some guy who got fucked over. Apparently that company is really bad on denying claims.
34% denial rate.
Normal's
like,
like 16.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those guys.
I don't think anybody's going to be crying too hard over that guy.
Yeah, maybe his family, but that's about it.
Yeah.
It's a dirty, dirty business. The business of insurance is fucking gross.
Now, John.
Wow. And this coming from a billionaire. Well, billionaire, whatever. I don't know how much it is. I don't pocket watch people, but yeah, it's gross. Yes, health insurance industry is fucking gross. It's evil. It's barbaric. All the big words people like to use on here. Yes, it's treacherous. Yes, it's all of it.
I mean, it's interesting there. Joe Rogan, he didn't come out and say he felt joyful, but certainly no great tears being shed, no great expression of sympathy. As Briana, I mean, I wouldn't have phrased it the way she did. And I think to admit you have no empathy for someone when they've been murdered is very bizarre.
Joe Rogan and I had the same take.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm about to...
He said the same. Yep, he said the same thing.
To make the
Joe
point.
Rogan and I had the exact same
Allow
take.
me to conduct my own interviews, Briana, if you don't mind.
Fuck you, Piers Morgan. go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Like, I don't care anymore. Like, I'm pretty sure, you're not me.
Which I mean, there's not a massive amount of difference in response there. So is there a point here that the issue of healthcare in America is angering so many Americans because of these denial rates and so on, that this was almost an inevitable?
Also the clips. First and foremost, I for one have said that I'm against vigilante violence. I have the capacity to feel empathy for unarmed individuals who get killed. What I find fascinating about the framing is, where is the pearl clutching? Where is the outrage? It seems very selective, right? So if you're in Israel, Clay, I'm glad you're there. Talk to everyone. Go visit the West Bank and talk to Palestinians if you truly want to have empathy. When we talk about framing, right, I think Clay said, just because you're angry about a system doesn't give you the right to commit vigilante violence. I agree. Just because you're angry and you think that Donald Trump won the 2020 election that he lost, it does not give you the right to be part of an incited violent insurrection where you hurt and harm Capitol Police, take a shit in the U.S. Capitol. Some people come armed to assassinate people. By the way, just over the weekend, Donald Trump said he would pardon those people, traitors, violent insurrectionists whom he called hostages. I see no condemnation. I see celebration from the right. Another story about murder, how common it is. Another Daniel Perry, a white man, a veteran. He was convicted, Piers, just a couple of months ago. He was convicted by a jury of our peers for killing an unarmed white man who was attending a BLM rally with his black girlfriend. Governor Abbott of Texas, do you know what happened? The story no one talks about. Governor Abbott of Texas pardoned this man who was convicted by a jury for killing an unarmed white man. MAGA celebrates it. So when do we celebrate and when do we not? And right now, to go to your question, this comment that Joe said and what Briana said and what I said is the reaction to the murder of Brian Thompson is what I'm fascinated about. It is inevitable, I believe, to answer your question directly, in a country, the most powerful, wealthy country on earth, right? That where we pay more money than any other country for healthcare, where so many people, so many adults, their number one debt, Piers, is medical debt. I had a daughter who is a stage 4 cancer survivor. She's 5 years on, she's cancer-free, full liver transplant, she's a little diva. A person like myself, Piers, the only reason I had insurance is through my wife, who's a doctor. We're pretty privileged compared to most people. If I wasn't able to get help from my family and friends, I would be in debt. I would be $200,000 in debt. Piers, I had to do a GoFundMe, and that.
See? That's what we're talking about. A lot of people have to do GoFundMes, man, to pay for medical treatment in this country. A lot of people have to do for GoFundMes to get down payment on rent, like my cousin Trina trying to do. Like, this system is diabolical. It's diabolical, man.
That's me, a person with relative privilege. So look at the reaction right now. And I keep telling people, for CEOs, I mean this sincerely, if you are in healthcare, if you're a billionaire, if you are a CEO, if you're a 1%, look at the bipartisan rage from Briana to Joe Rogan about the healthcare system, where, millions of Americans, Piers, I don't think they're evil. I'm telling you, I've never seen anything like this in my life. I know deeply empathetic people who looked at this murder and said, I feel bad for Brian, but you know what? United Healthcare screwed over a lot of people.
Okay.
I have a story.
Okay.
And the system has to change.
Well, listen, I think the system has got to change. I totally agree with that. Let me bring Natalie in. I want to pivot to Daniel Penny now, because it really has been a tale of.
All right, guys. So that's it. That's the end of that. Yeah, man. It just two takeaways, man. Like, that guy and Briana, it was accurate on the situation. It's not that people are pro-violence. It's just that the healthcare system fucked over a lot of people, a lot of potential people that could have done good in the world, a lot of people, families that got destroyed because, when you're in a debt and when your family member dies, especially ones that provide income for you, I mean, what can you do? So yeah, y'all, that's that clip. All right, guys. So now this is Briana Boston's legal defense fund on GoFundMe. So far, she's 65% of her goal, which is amazing. She's in this trouble over nothing, like delay, defend, depose. That's not a threat. That's not violence. It's free speech. Like, what happened to free speech, right? Where these right wingers at too? Like, these right wingers always say, hey, free speech, man. They try to take away our free speech, but this woman's free speech rights have been tainted by, the FBI and the local police department. So where y'all at? Like, why y'all not sharing her GoFundMe? Why y'all not talking about it? Because y'all full of shit. People are full of shit, man. So yeah, y'all. This is a legal defense fund. I will share this in the description below these videos. Let me share it. Let me try to share it now, so I won't forget. Copy the link. Here we go. So yeah, y'all. Support Briana Boston. Now I'm gonna get to the story about her. Okay, guys. So this is from USA Today. It says, delay denied oppose. Florida woman arrested accused of threatening insurance company. Threatening? Okay. A Florida woman, which is Briana Boston, is facing charges as she allegedly made threatening statements to an insurance company by using a phrase police believe is a reference to evidence found in connection to the fatal shooting of United Healthcare CEO in New York City. Briana Boston, 42, of Lakeland, was charged with threats to conduct a mass shooting or an act of terrorism, according to a probable cause affidavit obtained by USA Today. On December 10th, the FBI contacted Lakeland police about the threat. Boston is said to have called Blue Cross Blue Shield regarding recent medical claims that were denied. During the end of the recorded conversation, Boston is said to have called the Blue Cross Blue Shield regarding recent medical claims that were denied. During the end of the recorded conversation, Boston accused of stating, delay, denied, oppose. You people are next, according to police documents. It continues. It says, the affidavit noted the phrase is the same one that was marked on bullet cases recovered from the scene where Brian Thompson was killed in Midtown Manhattan earlier this month. It says law enforcement officials said the casings had the word delay, defend, and oppose on them. This information was released to the media and became nationally recognized phrase directed against the insurance company, the affidavit says. Following a days-long search, Luigi Maggioni was taken into custody in Antonio, Pennsylvania, after local police received a tip from a McDonald's employee, which the same McDonald's employee will not get that reward money. He was charged with murder and other felonies. According to the affidavit, when police contacted Boston at her home, she allegedly confessed and apologized for using the phrase. Boston stated she used those words because it's what in the news. It's what is in the news right now, the affidavit said. Boston advised they learned of the phrase because of the current events regarding the United Healthcare homicide. Boston further stated she did not own any firearms. She was not a danger anymore. I mean, she was just a suburban mom in Florida, but the Polk County, I think. No firearms. Just an angry, disgruntled customer of Blue Cross Blue Shields that said phrases that everybody know about now. So this woman not threat to anybody. If they treat her like she's they treat fucking serial killers better than they treat her, man. It's ridiculous. However, when speaking to police, she added that that healthcare insurance companies play games and deserve karma from the world because they are evil. True. During her first court date, her lawyer Jim Headley argued for her release, mentioning that she's a mother of three with no criminal history. WFLA reported. Despite this, the judge still gave her a bond. I did find that a bond of $100,000 is appropriate considering the status of our country at this point, the judge said, per the outlet. Let's see. That's it. So yeah. Now, as we know now, it's not in this article. It says that she's on house arrest and she's got a GPS monitor on, and she has special, like, I guess, clearances to to go out once a week to go shopping, church, and work or whatever. Let me say this. I believe that they really have no case against this woman. I believe that they are just trying to make a statement here, like you disgruntled, angry motherfuckers, y'all better not keep calling these health insurance companies saying phrases like that. It wasn't a threat. I mean, she did not say she's gonna harm another. Now, somebody said something too in the stream last week. It was right, like I wouldn't have said it to the employee of the company, but I kind of do get why she said it. Like, we just sick and tired of being sick and tired, man. Like, I mean, what else can oh gosh, stupid camera, man. I think it's the lighting too. Yeah, it's trying to adjust. It just, people are sick and tired of being sick and tired. Like, that's what it boils down to. So yeah, free Briana Boston. I mean, she's now under house arrest. She should be free right now. Like, she should not be on house arrest or what? There was no threat of violence. What the fuck? What the fuck, man? Like, this is pure example of fascism right there. It's fascism. So yeah, y'all, that's the podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Well, the show. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, I want to give a huge credit to everyone that supported us. We on YouTube. We at 1,100 views, 1,100 subscribers, which is phenomenal. And also too, help child peasant, working mom, trying to get by. Cash out right there, Liz 435, and help out Comrade Trina. She's trying to get a place to stay. Thankfully, GoFundMe will release the funds. GoFundMe can be sometimes kind of suspect, guys. I don't know, but unless you're raising big money, the best thing to do is just to promote the cash app. Like, just promote the cash app. They get it quicker and they can do what they want with it faster, and there's no fees. So donate to her via Cash App, $ is K Brian Stein 4. And also too, guys, give the video a like. Give the video a like. It helps out a lot out in the algorithm. So yeah, thank you guys again for watching the Good Faith Show. I'm your host, Andre Morton, signing out. Have a good one.